If you think you could never be vegan, you're in the right place. And if you think there's something big that you really would like to do, but it's probably too late, you're in the right place. My name's Michelle Olander. I think there's never been a more important time to move in a vegan direction. So I'm here every week to support you, offer actionable strategies, and to cheer you on as you veg your best. Episode 172. Don't try to be vegan. Train. Welcome back, my Veg Your Bestie. Welcome back. You know, when people find out in the real world that I'm vegan, I often hear, oh yeah, I tried that. Meaning they don't have that vegan practice going on now. And if you're a parent or a teacher or a coach, come on, you've heard the younger folks say it, right? I tried, I'm trying. And if you're honest, you've said it too. And probably recently, right? I tried to balance the checkbook. I tried to figure it out. I tried getting up earlier. I tried keeping a journal. I tried not procrastinating. I tried decluttering the garage, not buying plastic in box 0. I tried taking those cold showers, not gossiping with my sister-in-law, keeping the car clean. We've all said it. So knowing that we ourselves have tried and tried some more without always succeeding, without always getting the results we were after, well, I'm trying to shed a little light on that expression and its supposed opposite word, do. Is that what you heard as a kid? It's what I heard. I'm not asking you to try it, Michelle. I'm asking you to do it. And of course, the most famous Jedi Master Yoda in Star Wars telling his pupil Luke Skywalker, there is no try, there is only do. Well, far be it from me to argue with Jedi Master Yoda, but I do think there's a distinction that I'd like to bring up that I've brought up with my clients over the years. In coaching, it is important to occasionally give the client some tough love, a little mindset shove. But most of us have a lot of shame about the things we've tried and not done. And shame is exactly not the emotion that I believe fuels positive, congruent action designed to get us to our desired outcomes, right? So whatever you have tried and maybe tried again, the distinction I would encourage you to keep in mind is not try versus do. Instead, I would like you to think about try versus train. To try is to attempt to do something in a moment. To train is to commit to developing a practice and the habits and the skills that equip you to do those things in any given moment. Trying tends to be kind of this momentary effort of will, while training is an ongoing commitment. An ongoing commitment to certain actions and developing certain capabilities. How often do you hear someone say, I've been trying so hard to be, fill in the blank. Or I'm going to try and do this or that. I tried some vegan options. I tried some vegan choices. I dipped my proverbial toe in vegan theory and ideals in the beginning. And you know what? It remained pretty hard and effortful until I committed not to the concept of veganism, but until I started training myself by developing the practice of making vegan choices, asking the questions, educating myself, building the skills and the vocabulary and the connections that would make it over time as simple and straightforward a way of living as anything else in my life. You know that you don't just try to get through college or go to work or take care of your children or empty the trash or floss your teeth. Most of us have had hiccups along the way with all those sorts of things, right? Most of us did not learn anything important that we now do naturally and comfortably. We didn't learn it in a way of being flawless along the whole way. We had to commit to a certain amount of training. Training our patience and our focus and our skills. We had to train our knowledge base and our planning and our physical capabilities. I'm sure I've told this story on the podcast before, but when my first child was born, I had 3 kids born in less than 4 years, which, it's not a world record breaker, but it was full on for a while there. And when my first child was born, I would ask my husband to stay with her so I could go to the grocery store because I felt that I couldn't function or think with my daughter in the store with me. 17 months later, my son was born, and I felt that I could handle one child in the cart at the store, but definitely not both. Now, around 2 years after that, when our third child was born, I was like, okay, 2 kids at the market, no problem, but not all 3. That's madness. And that's because I'd been in training. I'd gotten better at it. The opposite, I would like you to think about, the opposite of try is not do, but train. And if something doesn't matter to you, this distinction is completely unimportant, doesn't matter. But if there is something you say you want to master, if there is some way you want to live that you're not right now, ask yourself if you were trying to do it or if you've actually been in training. Trying is what we all do first, right? It's what we all do first. We want to make a change in our lives. We buy the book, we watch the video, we buy the equipment or the running shoes, and we hope for the best. You know as well as I do, I'm sure, that the book, the shoes, the video, the course, they don't typically result in immediate sustained change. We do try. We really, really do try. But then, you know what they all say? You know what I say? Life happens. We get a cold. We have to stay home with sick kids, or a vacation changes our schedule, or the car is broken, or some sort of unexpected, expensive situation occurs. We might get injured. We might get tired or distracted. We lose momentum. And then maybe we gain the weight or start using the treadmill to hang our laundry on, or we stop showing up to the writing class. We don't remember why we wanted to check about those ingredients and which one was it I was supposed to be worried about, and we just start eating the cheese, the meat, the eggs, or whatever's easy and in front of us. Training's different. Training is different. Training is what athletes do. Training is what performers do. Training is what physicians do. Training is what we do when we are preparing for an event. And training basically always has some sort of a plan. Part of the plan is some kind of timing or consistency. And training is also a priority that you keep bumping up in your focus. That's part of the plan. That's part of the training plan, is that you keep reorienting yourself towards it. Now, at Vedge Your Best, well, that's the method. The name, Vedge Your Best, is the method I use with my clients. And it isn't just about developing a vegan practice, because how you go vegan is how you make any new lifestyle change. But whether you have a coach, or you work with me, or you've tried yourself to be vegan, or someone you love has been trying and then that life happened, I don't think any amount of just do it is going to be that helpful. Just do it gets you to do something, one thing, one and done. But just do it doesn't help you train for the life you want to live. And just as runners very often start with a program like Couch to 5K, or college starts with a few 100 level introductory classes in topics that may not be what you totally want to focus on, but you need the background, you need the vocabulary, you need the exposure to methods and researching and how to take a college level class. There's a way of approaching goals with a thought process of training, not trying. Veganuary is coming up, if you know what that is. It's coming up in January. And I have had some folks tell me, yeah, I tried that vegan January challenge and it didn't work. And my response is, if it's important to you to make more vegan choices, let's just make a training plan, right? Let's get you the skills and support and habits and mindset that will make developing your personal vegan practice happy and sustainable and compassionate to you too in your actual life. Don't try being vegan, please. Train for it. And no, there's no push-ups required, no burpees. You don't have to start with the challenging or the most challenging parts of being vegan for you. In fact, I really, really, really encourage you to start by training with the much easier, more manageable parts first, so that you have that baseline level of vegan competency and fitness. And you know what? That's different for everyone, right? Some people don't even eat vegetables, or they're gluten-free, or their doctor has a protocol that they need to stay with, or they can't imagine shopping for the different cosmetics or clothing right now, or they've got a resistant spouse or a family situation. This is your walk-run method, okay? This is your Couch to 5K. You go as slow as you need to, and you get the fitness and the confidence and the skills and the education to allow you to move forward. Yes, I know there are people around us who are like, no, I went vegan overnight, never made a single error, and you are all awful people. And I think there's a Yoda quote for them too. If no mistake you make, losing you are, a different game you should play. There's always, always, always more to learn, kids. But the journey happens one choice at a time. And the good news is you actually don't have to try. In fact, please, don't try to be vegan or anything else. Train. Each choice, says Yoda. I'm not giving up yet on Yoda. Each choice, says Yoda, the branch of a tree is. What looked like a decision is, after all, only a pattern of growth. What looked like a decision is, after all, only a pattern of growth. And that's what we're here to do, right? To grow. You can take on more when you're ready. And if you need help or encouragement or a coach, you know how to find me. And until then, just veg your best.
Veg Your Best podcast production, music, and editing by Charlie Weinshank. Thanks, Charlie. Before you go, it would mean so much to me and the Veg Your Best team if you would hit subscribe, leave us a 5-star review, or share with someone you think might be interested. Something about algorithms, it helps bump us up a little in the rankings, and that's the best way to help others find the podcast and for us to find our audience. So, until next week, make it easy and veg your best.